Haha! It's actually not too bad, but it's my brain. Why would I eat my brain? Because today what I'm looking at is 5 foods that lower your mental performance. Because eating is important to help maximize your mental performance, but not everyone knows how to eat in the proper way. Let's get into it. Eat everything in moderation. Now that's a wise old piece of advice I got, and I'm sure you may have got too. And I got it when I was young. Another one was a little bit of what you fancy. There's no harm. Remember it? Problem is, a lot of us ate too much of the things that we fancied. And what did it do for us? Well, it gave us harm. But these are true for your mental performance and health. And the truth is, I'm no longer at that boyish age of when I heard these pieces of advice. Now, you see, I'm unfortunately middle-aged, and my needs have changed somewhat regarding my mental performance and my health. Because I'm growing older now, whereas when I was a child, well, I was just growing up. And even if you're in your 20s, 30s, it's the same thing. You're growing up. And although there are challenges in being the age that I am and that you are, there are also advantages. Firstly, I have a lot of experience. I know what suits my digestion and what, well, on the other hand, doesn't. And at this stage, I must have eaten every food I know at some point or another. And I've experienced my feelings after I've eaten food, and collection of foods together, and meals, and how it affects my level of performance as well. And when we speak about eating foods in moderation though, or having a little bit of what you fancy, we need to start looking at why there is a need for minimizing certain types of foods or foodstuffs in the first place. Because the reality is they don't serve you well. So here are 5 foods that lower your mental performance and harm your overall health as well. These are the specific 5 foods. So let's look at number 1. Number 1, candy or sweets. They may remind you of being a child, but it will make you older than you are, because candy or sweets are full of sugar. And sugar does not lend towards great mental performance or even overall health. The most obvious reason for this is that too much sugar will mean you'll gain too much weight. But there are more significant dangers, believe it or not, than weight itself to eating sugar as well. Because sugar causes an inflammation which has now been proven to be the bedrock of a heck of a lot of diseases. It increases the risk of heart disease as well. And although there for sure are many advertisements, you might be working in this business yourself, for how sugary drinks and snack bars fit into the athletic lifestyle, as well as the sponsorship, of course, of many professional sports people or athletes in this regard. The science, the hard science, says that these products full of sugar, well, they're not good for you. So why do we take them? Like, why do we stop ourselves from performing at our best? There are also have been many substantial evidence pointing to the increased risk of side effects like acne and depression and even cancer, all coming from taking too much sugar. And instead of giving energy, sugar takes energy and can increase the fat on your liver. So let's look at the second reason now. Foods with excess salt, they dehydrate your body. And with foods like potato crisps, Pringles and packaged meals that are readily available, and millions of people buying them, perhaps even billions on a daily basis, it's setting their diets back rather than increasing their performance and health. Because excess consumption of salt increases sodium, and as a result, this can be too much for your kidneys to handle. There can also be, too much pressure on your heart and your blood vessels too. They're all linked together in this way. And this can push you towards having a greater chance of heart attack or even stroke. 3. Let's look at number 3 now. Fats on food may be tasty, but unfortunately they're not healthy. And they cause excess fat on your body. Now this is defined essentially by anyone who has a body mass index, or what's called a BMI, of over 25. That means they are considered medically overweight and sometimes even obese. You'd be surprised. Anyone over 30 on this BMI chart or scale is also considered in that obese category. Now, research recently has stated that since 1976, believe it or not, there has been a fourfold increase. Imagine, fourfold increase in the number of overweight children from ages 5 to 19 years of age. And that this is brought on by them simply eating too much fatty food. And this all lends itself to a very unhealthy population, which have massive health repercussions and implications as all of these young people develop into their later years in life. Think even of your own business, your staff since 1976. Many of them now are decades older. Number 4, alcohol not only dehydrates the body, but puts the brain on a different trajectory of thinking. And that's not where innovation lies. And that's against what high-performing individuals require. So why do we drink so much? But we do. Now, I remember when I was growing up and one of my teachers told our class that alcohol was drunk when essentially there was, as he put it, a hatch, a match, a catch, and the dispatch. That was it. Now, I wasn't sure exactly what he meant initially, but soon laughed as he explained it. And all it meant was that all the major events of life had alcohol around them, because when there was a baby born, or a game or contest won, perhaps a meeting of two, a marriage, or even a death before, there's also drink and the drinking of alcohol there. And that's not a bad thing. But when individuals drink alone and then several times daily, that's when problems come apart, don't they? And when alcoholics begin. Because drinking alcohol will slow a person down and deteriorate health over time. Not only because of hangovers that happen the next morning, but the excess consumption of alcohol gives from the damage it does from and to your liver as well. Again, we're thinking of our organs here, our major organs. Then there are lots of diseases that can occur because of this as well. Not to mention lifestyle issues, broken relationships, and absences of mind. And these things can cause accidents and confuse thinking patterns as well. Number 5, let's go to number 5 now. Smoking kills. It's simply that easy to say because it really is that true. Now, even though it has been perceived as being sexy, smoking, unfortunately, it's not. Because smoking fills your lungs, again, major organs of your body, with carcinogenic materials that then deteriorate your health with every breath. And in the short term, athletes and anyone demanding air to their lungs to go faster, to go longer, and to go stronger will be denied this opportunity because of their lungs' inability to go deeper in their capacity. to pump oxygen. And this is what's required. You might get away with it when you're younger for a little bit, but it will catch up. And anyone wanting to succeed in the short term wants clear thinking. But smokers are often more anxious people. And in the longer term, smoking cigarettes or cigars will rob you of energy and slow down your natural cardiovascular health as well. So it's not just hereditary, it's you managing your lifestyle and exactly what you do. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, well, please subscribe. Until next time, have a great day.